Police investigating a possible hate crime after a gunman opens fire at a birthday pool party.
The suspect is reloading his gun in the pool area.
Killing at least one person, 7 others injured. Witnesses say they saw the shooter with a beer in one hand, a gun in the other, before police officers took him down.
State of emergency. A deadly twister outbreak and flash flooding killing at least 14 people. Good Samaritans racing to save a toddler and baby from this flipped car.
Got a baby! Call 911!
And tornadoes destroying homes from Texas to Mississippi, leveling this building right before prom, reducing homes to rubble. Now the threat is moving east this morning.
Also breaking overnight, a budget breakthrough. Congress agrees to keep the government open, but no funds for President Trump's border wall. As the president talks tough on North Korea, with qualified praise for their leader.
Obviously, he's a pretty smart cookie.
And a promise to use military force if necessary.
I need some good news.
And baby, oh baby, the brand new photo of Princess Charlotte, released just hours ago to celebrate her 2nd birthday, taken by her mom, Princess Kate, as Charlotte gets ready for her biggest role yet in her Aunt Pippa's wedding.
Some good news, baby, give it to me.
Live in Times Square, this is GMA with Robin Roberts, George Stephanopoulos, and Michael Strahan.
And we certainly do say good morning, America. How adorable. Just want to pinch your cheeks.
No,
Yeah.
and the palace released that photo. He just released it of Princess Charlotte. And it's a rare look at the young royal. You don't see her that much.
Looks a lot like her big brother, too. We're going to get back to that later, but right now we have that breaking news this morning. Big deal in Congress overnight, and those terrible storms tearing through the South. You can see the damage right there in Texas.
Yeah, Rob is on the scene for us. We're going to have more on that in a moment. But first, we want to get to that other big breaking story, that mass shooting in California. A gunman opening fire at an apartment complex. ABC's Matt Gutman is there on the scene for us in La Jolla. Good morning, Matt.
Hey, good morning, Rob. And that shooting happened at a pool, but 150 feet in that direction, just beyond that police mobile command unit you see there. Now, eyewitnesses telling us overnight that they saw a white male holding a beer can in one hand and a gun in the other, mowing people down. All of them were people of color. Now, officers got right to the scene, but it took minutes for them to take this man down. And eyewitnesses said he was even taunting some of the victims.
The shooting erupted at 6 p.m. during a pool party at this upscale apartment complex in affluent La Jolla, California.
2 to 3 people down. The suspect is reloading his gun in the pool area.
According to police, the woman killed and 6 of the 7 others injured were African American. The other victim was a Latino male. The shooter, a 49-year-old white man named Pete Solis. The shooter's motive is currently not known, but witnesses say Solis sat calmly with a beer in one hand and a gun in the other as he sprayed bullets at the 30-some partygoers around the pool.
A lot of people screaming, and then about a minute later, another round of 6 or 7 shots, more people screaming.
Residents frantically scrambling to safety as calls to 911 began pouring in.
He's sitting in a lawn chair. He's telling people to leave.
I heard what sounded like fireworks. I wasn't sure what it was, and then I smelled smoke, and I turned around and I heard people screaming and running.
A police helicopter reached the area first, where it spotted the shooter reloading his weapon. 3 officers arrived on the scene where, guns drawn, they confronted the man.
The suspect pointed the gun at our officers, and 3 of our officers fired on the suspect.
He died in that hail of bullets shortly thereafter. According to the LA Times, Solis filed bankruptcy in 2015 and listed his occupation as a car mechanic with 2 children and a stepson.
Now, we know that Solis lived here, but this is a complicated crime scene, and investigators are still working that scene. They say they don't have a concrete motive yet, but it is likely that they're going to investigate whether race played a role in this shooting. Robin.
All right, Matt, thank you, Tracker.
All right, and now we're going to go to those deadly storms that are hitting the center of the country. Tornadoes and flooding destroying homes and injuring dozens. Let's take a look at the scene from the sky in Canton, Texas, where a massive EF3 tornado tore through the area. And let's go right to ABC's Rob Marciano, who is there. Good morning, Rob.
Good morning, Michael. These were deadly tornadoes, 4 of them to hit this area. The one that hit here 140-mile-an-hour winds ripping apart this building, which was preparing to host a prom when the storm hit. There were 20 people inside. They crammed into 2 small bathrooms and a closet, which would save their lives. This was all part of a massive system still plowing across the country.
In Texas, it was a race against time as neighbors turn into heroes. The harrowing event to rescue an infant and a 2-year-old from a car flipped over, rapidly filling with floodwater. The severe storm responsible for at least 14 deaths and heart-stopping scenes like this.
There is a tornado crossing the road right in front of us.
Overnight, millions in the path of that deadly spring system as it marches east. In Illinois, raging floodwaters responsible for this chilling call.
A 8-year-old child sucked into a drain pipe.
The boy miraculously rescued 50 feet downstream with no visible injuries.
We got him in his pipe.
In Missouri, the governor declaring a state of emergency. Residents being evacuated there.
In Arkansas, we've got our work ahead of us, no doubt.
Cars and roads no match for this powerful storm. The heavy rain triggering a massive deep south deluge. Some areas in the south accumulating nearly a foot of rain in just the last 3 days.
This morning, residents in Texas left picking up the pieces.
Looks like someone took a broom and just pushed it over.
The rustic barn in Canton was set to host prom night.
I ran in, I said, we got to get cover. It's going to be a direct hit.
The venue nearly reduced to rubble. Only thing left standing, this storage closet.
It was unbelievable to see that there was no building left except where we were located.
Not a single one of us were hurt, scratched, or anything. If God was with us, there's no doubt on that.
Timing certainly on their side. When you look at this damage from above, it's really miraculous that they all survived. If this storm were to hit just an hour later, there would be 80 teenagers in this building, and the end result would not nearly have been as good. It could have been certainly a lot worse. Michael?
All right, thank you, Robin. We're glad they're okay. And now let's go to Ginger for more on where the system is heading next. There you go, Ginger.
Yeah, Michael, you've got to see this thing. That rotating comma cloud, that's almost the perfect textbook look at it. You can see where the cold front's attached, even some severe storms down there in Mississippi and Alabama this morning, or Alabama itself. But look at this. We've got warnings and alerts from Minnesota down through the Florida Panhandle, where you can see gusts up to 35 miles per hour, to flood watches that make their way into northern New England, into Maine there. And it's really that severe threat. Michael, this is what I'm concerned about. You can see Buffalo to Pittsburgh, down into Virginia. That's the enhanced area, and the timing for this starts afternoon, so after I'd say 2 o'clock, and George, all the way through tonight, we'll be watching for the potential of damaging wind, hail, and yes, even tornadoes in that region, George.
Not over yet. Okay, Ginger, thanks very much. We're going to get the latest now from Washington, where the president has started his second 100 days taking on the tensions with North Korea. He says the U.S. might be forced to strike North Korea's nuclear weapons and called Kim Jong-un a pretty smart cookie. White House hoping for a health care vote this week. President Trump says Obamacare is dead, promises to guarantee coverage of pre-existing conditions, but that provision absent from the latest GOP plan. And overnight, Congress did reach a deal to prevent a government shutdown and fund the government through September. Our congressional correspondent Mary Bruce on Capitol Hill with the details. Good morning, Mary.
Good morning, George. A rare moment of agreement here on Capitol Hill. Late last night, Republicans and Democrats agreeing on a spending bill, nearly $1 trillion to fund the government through September. Now, this ends any suspense over a government shutdown and delivers victories for both parties. Republicans are likely to tout a big boost in military spending, more than $12 billion, while Democrats are going to be pleased that they were able to hold off cuts to popular domestic programs, including for medical research and infrastructure. Now, this catch-all spending bill, which is expected to pass later this week, will be the first major bipartisan legislative victory for the president so far during his administration.
And Mary, the other big victory Democrats are claiming is refusing to fund President Trump's border wall, but there is money in there for border security. What's it going to cover?
Yeah, George, perhaps what's more interesting than what is in the bill is what is not in the bill. There is no funding for the president's border wall. Now, this does include $1.5 billion for border security, but none of that will go towards construction of an actual physical barrier. Despite the president's insistence that that funding be included, the fight over the border wall will now have to wait at least until the fall. George.
Until September. Mary Bruce, thanks very much.
All right, George, now to the growing tensions with North Korea. President Trump speaking out about the threat and coming under fire for inviting the president of the Philippines to the White House as he tries to build alliances. Our chief global affairs correspondent, Martha Raddatz, has more on all that. Good morning, Martha.
Good morning, Robin. President Trump had strong words for North Korea's leader, but that invitation to the Philippines president could create a firestorm of criticism for his human rights abuses. tensions on the rise. President Trump responding to North Korea's latest failed missile launch.
Perhaps they're just not very good missiles, but eventually he'll have good missiles.
And on the possibility of a nuclear test.
If he does a nuclear test, I will not be happy.
With the USS Carl Vinson aircraft carrier now in waters near the Korean peninsula, President Trump keeping the military option on the table if North Korea obtains long-range missiles.
It is a chess game. I just don't want people to know what my thinking is. So eventually he will have a better delivery system, and if that happens, we can't allow it to happen.
And President Trump saying not to underestimate Kim Jong-un.
At a very young age, he was able to assume power. So obviously, he's a pretty smart cookie.
But President Trump facing new controversy this morning for inviting Philippines President Rodrigo Duterte to the White House. Duterte has faced international criticism. His war on drugs reportedly responsible for over 7,000 extrajudicial killings since his inauguration in June of 2016. But the administration defending the invitation.
Does that mean human rights don't matter now?
No, it doesn't.
Does that mean you're not?
Absolutely not. It doesn't mean that human rights don't matter. But what it does mean is that the issues facing us developing out of North Korea are so serious that we need cooperation at some level with as many partners in the area as we can get.
The real rationale for President Trump's invitation is likely about China. Duterte threatened to kick out the U.S. military while allying itself closer to China. President Trump wants to change that. George?
Okay, Martha, thanks very much. President Trump celebrated his heard of the day doing one of his favorite things, fiery rally in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, where he laid into the media just as so many were sitting down at the traditional White House Correspondents' Dinner. Our senior White House correspondent, Cecilia Vega, has all the details. Good morning, Cecilia.
George, good morning to you. It was quite the split screen. Journalists there celebrating the First Amendment while the president was at a rally bashing the media. It was the annual Nerd Prom, this time minus the star attraction.
Welcome to the series finale of the White House Correspondents' Dinner.
The no-show president went to Pennsylvania instead, where he held a competing event with a competing message.
They are gathered together for the White House Correspondents' Dinner without the president. And I could not possibly be more thrilled than to be more than 100 miles away from Washington, spending my evening with all of you.
President Trump marked his 100th day by taking direct aim at the media.
And look at the media back there. They would actually rather be here.
This morning, the White House is also taking another look at health care. After that failed first attempt at repealing and replacing Obamacare, President Trump says the latest proposal will continue to protect people with pre-existing conditions.
Pre-existing conditions are in the bill, and I mandated, I said it has to be. So we're going to have lower premiums. This bill is much different than it was a little while ago, okay? This bill has evolved.
White House may be hoping for a vote soon, but Republicans on Capitol Hill say there is no health care vote scheduled yet, and they will not vote until they've got the votes to pass this. At one aide telling us, George, at this point, there's no health care vote scheduled so far for this week.
Yeah, they're going to keep trying. Okay, thanks very much, Cecilia. Let's bring in our chief White House correspondent, John Carl, for more on this. Let's start with that health care bill, John. You know, the big sticking point is this whole question of pre-existing conditions. The president says he wants to guarantee it, but the bill before Congress right now would allow states to charge people higher premiums.
It sure would, George. The states would be able to basically waive that provision of the law, allow insurance companies to charge higher premiums for those with pre-existing conditions, but on the condition that they would have to provide an alternative coverage mechanism for those that are priced out of the market. But, George, the White House is confident. They tell me that this bill will pass the House likely this week. There are still questions about whether or not moderates will support it, but I've talked to conservatives in the House and the Senate who do say that they like this bill a lot better than what was up last time.
And, of course, very different situation in the Senate, but the House is first. Meanwhile, on the 100 days, the president not quite giving up on this yet, putting out a new ad this morning, going to spend about $1.5 million to tout his accomplishments over the first 100 days and to keep on this bashing of the media.
Yeah, this is something else, a campaign ad 100 days into his presidency. The president, as you remember, called the 100 days a ridiculous standard to judge him by. but this touts his accomplishments and takes a whack at the media for not recognizing it.
Meantime, on that media bashing, John, a lot of eyebrows raised yesterday. You were talking to the White House Chief of Staff Reince Priebus on This Week, and he suggested that President Trump was still looking at opening up these libel laws so people could sue over unfair coverage.
Yeah, this surprised me, frankly. He said that they are looking into this, making it possible for the president to sue news organizations for bad coverage. George, he would have to do a constitutional amendment to actually pull that off.
Not going anywhere fast. Okay, John Carl, thanks very much. Amy's here with today's other top stories.
All right, good morning, guys. And we begin at Kennedy Space Center right now, where the private space company SpaceX is launching a classified U.S. intelligence satellite. Here is a live look at the launch getting underway. There you see it taking off. A sensor problem actually forced yesterday's launch to be scrubbed within 52 seconds left in the countdown. You see there today's launch. The company is trying to land this rocket back on the launch pad. SpaceX, though, is warning people in the area as this is all happening. They may hear one or two sonic booms during the landing. We will continue to monitor it, but so far, so good. Look at her go. In the meantime, at least 27 people have been injured after an international flight ran into turbulence. You can see the chaos in the cabin here just as the Aeroflot jet from Moscow was descending into Bangkok. 3 babies were among the people injured as they were thrown across the cabin. Witnesses report some people lost consciousness, others injured their spines and broke their noses. The plane eventually landed safely. In other news, a wrong-way driver is blamed for crashing into an oil tanker, setting off, look at that, a deadly explosion on Interstate 75. This happened in Dayton, Ohio. The driver of the tanker somehow managed to escape. Part of the highway remains closed today. Well, Facebook is denying accusations that it tried to exploit emotionally vulnerable children to sell advertisements. An Australian newspaper reports leaked documents show Facebook used sophisticated algorithms to collect data on the emotional state of users as young as 14 and then targeted them for certain ads. But Facebook says the research was only meant to understand how people express themselves. And finally, you've heard of the 5-second rule. You can decide whether it applies to this. A woman riding in the subway in London nodded off, let her pizza slide out of the box, or just didn't know it was happening. I will say the pizza did not make contact with the floor, just the paper did. A big question out there on the internet, would you still eat that?
No problem, absolutely.
Agreed.
I would crush it.
All right, a lot of smiles around here this morning, not just for that story that we just saw. We just have to say a big thank you. We are truly honored because last night we received the award, the Daytime Emmy for Outstanding Morning Program.
And the winner is, please, I'm checking Outstanding Morning Program. I don't want any mix-ups here. I'm a surgeon, after all. And the Emmy goes to Good Morning America, ABC.
Our friend Dr. Oz, and that's our LA Bureau Chief, David Herndon, accepting the award. It is a great honor for people that you see here, for people you don't see behind the scenes, Angie, everyone in our control room, and our viewers. You know what? You challenge us every morning to bring out our best, and we appreciate it so much.
Thank you all.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Very special.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. But enough of patting ourselves on the back. We're going to go to Ginger right now. Ginger, what do you have for us?
I love it too, and I'm so grateful for everybody. But I do have something to show you real quick. Imagine this happening just as you're ending April and starting May. This is in Oklahoma, parts of western Nebraska, Kansas, up to 17 inches. More snow to come. Your local weather in 30 seconds. First, though, the Select Cities, brought to you by Walgreens.
You'll be amazed what happens when you put your red nose on. You help ensure that children in the U.S. and around the world are safe, healthy, and educated. This Red Nose Day, swing by Walgreens and get your noses on to help end child poverty. Walgreens, at the corner of happy and healthy.
And a very good morning, meteorologist Brian Vandergraff. As we head through the afternoon, temperatures working their way to near 80 degrees. Not any action during the day, but it is a weather alert day because this evening, strong thunderstorms after 6 o'clock. Gusty winds are our biggest concern. We're under enhanced risk, so want to be on guard through the evening rush till later tonight. Things should start to calm down a little bit later into the evening. As far as temperatures are concerned today, we're talking low to mid 80s, but that storm potential does fire off late in the day, so make sure you stay weather aware.
Reminded me of something my mama always used to say: when you strut, you